Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to talk about the PS5 Pro one last time. Why, you might ask? Well, we have just pre-ordered ourselves a PS5 Pro. Well, we did it several days ago, but we're now able to finally sit down and talk about it. So, we're not here to try to bash anything or start any drama. We're simply here giving you our opinion on why we grabbed this system and everything else, and just kind of talk about how excited we are and whatnot, and maybe stir up a little bit of crap towards the end. I haven't quite decided yet. I don't script any of this, we just go for it, right? But as always with my reviews on things, this is kind of a review, I guess. We're just here for honesty. We don't jump on the bandwagons to try to get popularity. I'm not here to bait and hate on. I'm not here for the bait hate or anything like that. If this goes nowhere, I don't really care. I enjoy doing it, and that's what we're doing. So, unfortunately, I was not able to get to the 30th anniversary. I just was not able to. My paycheck rolled around a few days after the release was announced, so they were completely sold out by then, which is good. That means people are buying these, and for all you haters out there saying that no one's going to buy a PS5 Pro, you were wrong. They sold, people are buying them, and all 1,230 of the was it 1,200 or was it 12,300? I think it was 12,300 of the 30th anniversary ones were instantly sold. So, nice try. But fortunately, there was still plenty of the regular PS5 Pros in stock, and we did pre-order and pay for our PS5 Pro. Now, the reason I bought a PS5 Pro was pretty simple. Okay, I was already planning to buy a PS5. Plain and simple. I was going to get a new PS5. I just bought my wife one a few months ago, and I've had mine since launch, and I simply want to get an upgrade. My PS5 looks great. There's nothing wrong with it. I've had it since launch. I put countless hours on it. It's an amazing system with no issues. I take excellent care of it, and I love it. But because I'm an adult and I have adult money, I want to get a new one. So that I've been looking into it. We were going to get one, towards the end of the year. But with the announcement of the PS5 Pro, oh, hey, I can get that instead. So, the way I look at it, okay, is I'm spending $500 regardless because I'm getting a new system. I'm already going to spend $500. So, what I look at is the $200 difference in a PS5 Slim, right, to a PS5 Pro. That's all I look at. Okay, I'm not thinking about it. Oh my God, $700 for a system. Whoa, it's crazy. Because $700, ladies and gentlemen, is just a lot of money for anything. It doesn't matter what you're buying. $700 is a lot of money. It's a full car payment. It's half your rent. Just a lot of money in general. It's not too much for a console. Not too much for whatever you want. Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, it's your money. And you can spend your money however you want to spend your money. And no one can tell you otherwise. Okay, if your bills are paid, your kids are taken care of, if you have kids, right? All your stuff's taken care of, and you want to buy yourself something, get whatever you want. It's your money. So, for me, kids are taken care of. Kids have gotten new toys. Their Christmas shopping's taken care of. They've got birthdays pretty much taken care of. Might get a couple more things as we get closer. Well, it's dad's turn. PS5 Pro. There we go. So that's what I did. I looked at the PS5, looked at the PS5 Pro, $200 difference. What do we get for that $200? Well, as you can see, I got a little thing right here, the differences between the PS5 and the PS5 Pro. Not 100% sure exactly how accurate this is. I don't know what all of these little, NNM and AMDs and all this crap means. I'm not an expert on computer and computer hardware and things like that, right? Electronics. Even though I have all the gaming systems and all that, I just don't know what all the terms and stuff means. But, however, assuming this is correct, because, I've done other research. I've looked at, other websites and read articles and things like that, and it pretty much matches up with what I've read from other things, so this is pretty much accurate from my understanding. And even without looking at this from the stuff I'd read, I do know that the PS5 Pro is definitely an upgraded system. So anyways, quick rundown through this side-by-side comparison because it is easier to be able to see something like that. As you can see, with the CPU, we have upgrades all across, right? The GPU, The GPU, again, upgrades all around. Looking at our RAM, boom, upgrades. Storage. This one confuses me because I've read many places it has a 2 terabyte hard drive, but this one says 16 terabyte. Sorry, 1.65 terabytes. That's why I'm saying I don't know exactly how accurate this exact thing is, but it kind of gives you an idea of how it is, because I do know the RAM's right. I've seen that on other articles as well as some of these other things. So just the storage part doesn't quite make sense, but everything else should be pretty much accurate, right? Then of course we have the ports, which, you know, ports are ports, and then it brings up power consumption and accelerator. Cool, right? But anyways, we have all that. Those are our upgrades for $200. Plus there's the whole 4K 60 frames per second thing. And to me, that's just a bonus. I'm already sold without the 4K thing. And yes, I know the 4K, it's all games aren't 4K, so none of that. I mean, that's why I said the 4K thing's just a bonus for me. It's not all games are going to be in 4K, but there are games that are out there that are the 4K, 60 FPS, and there are games that are coming that are going to be like that. So, you know, again, it's just a bonus for me. Like I've never been huge on that, but if I can use it, I'm going to use it, and it's going to be a great experience, right? Right. Okay, cool. Now moving on. Okay, so for all that there, for me personally, is worth the extra $200 easily. Okay, and that's all I look at. That's all you need to look at. Don't look at the total cost and look at, oh my God, a console, $700. No, look at the PS5, look at the Pro, $200 difference. This is what you get. That's all you need to look at. Okay, now we're going to address the negativity of the people out there who are going to talk about, well, the disk drive's not included. Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. Take a step back. Listen. Remember when the PS5 first launched, and yes, Xbox did the same thing. They just did theirs a little bit differently because they had the X and the S not only didn't have a disk drive, but it was also less of a system. That's why it was $200 cheaper, right? But focusing on the PS5, okay? They had the PS5 with the disk drive for $500, $499 if you want to be specific, but you know, $500 system. They had the PS5 without a disk drive for $100 less. Okay, they released that when the systems came out. Okay, they're doing the same thing now. The only difference is they aren't selling a console with a built-in disk drive and then the console without a built-in disk drive. That's the only difference. Okay, if they sold the PS5 Pro with a built-in disk drive, it would be $800, guys. $800, but instead they are selling the disk drive separately for $80. So in fact, you're saving $20. It's $20 cheaper that way. Now, I believe the reason they're doing this is very plain and simple to see. Not everyone uses the freaking disk drive. There are people that are 100% digital. There are several reasons to be digital. There's game sharing. There's the whole some people just don't like discs can get scratched, and then of course this whole discs are bad. There's a whole argument that we're not going, but there is the thing is that there are people who are 100% digital. I'm not one of those people. I'm like 80% digital. I have some discs. I do get them when there's cool collector discs and special editions out there. So yes, I'm one of those who's gonna have to buy a disc drive, and I'm fine with that. I'll buy one when I need one. Plain and simple. Right now I don't need one because again, I'm 80% digital. Okay? Enough said. But if they forced the disk drive into the system and only sold a PS5 Pro with a disk drive, you know, because making two different ones is, I think, is silly. But again, if they just sold it with the disk drive built in to make all you guys happy that are complaining about it, they would sell it for $800. Okay, so you'd be paying $20 more because again, the disk drive is $80 sold separately. Okay. They would be forcing a disk drive on people who don't use them. So everyone will be having to pay the disk drive. So not only would you guys who need the disk drive pay that extra $20, people who don't need the disk drive would be paying an extra $100. See, that right there to me sounds a lot more money grubby than what they're doing by not including the disk drive. I don't want to go into too much more detail about that. I've got other things I can throw at you, but we're moving on. Next thing we're going to address is going to be you vertical stand people, because you guys have zero argument. None whatsoever. You shouldn't even be opening your mouths. Sorry to say, but you have no place to talk here. And I'm explaining to you why. You see this? Okay. This was that vertical stand that was included with the PS5. This is what you guys are so raved about, that you're so upset about, that was not included with the Pro. This is what you guys are complaining about. This chintzy plastic piece of shit. That's what you're upset about, that is not included in the Pro. I don't know about you guys, but I personally do not have my system vertically. Very simple reason for that. I have kids. I have pets. Okay. My system being vertical could easily be knocked over, especially with that piece of crap vertical stand that I just showed you. Okay, now granted, that stand is also halfway created to help your system support itself horizontally, and it doesn't work for that. The system falls off because it's a piece of crap. Okay, there's a reason it was included with the system as free, basically, because it's a plastic POS. Now, if you have the right setup, sure, your system could be vertical and it could be safe. I do understand that. I really do. Horizontal is safer. Plus, there's that whole thing that was going around with if your system's vertical, it's more prone to overheating. Like, I don't know if that was ever disproved or whatever, but that's a thing. But reason number two why you guys you have no reason to talk here. Okay, I showed you the stand. It's garbage. And I say that because for those people that I've seen that do have the systems vertically, like I said, I don't know anyone personally that has a system vertically, but I've seen people who have the system vertically because they've shown it off in videos, blah, 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 right? They're not using that stand. They've gone out and bought stands for their system. They've bought stands for their PS5s. You know, they've paid for them. Okay? So why in the world are we complaining that it's not included in the PS5? Because one, there are people who don't have their systems vertically for various reasons. Two, a lot of people that do have them vertically don't even use the one that came with the system. So why are we complaining about them not including one? Why? You guys are just the stupidest part of this whole conversation is you vertical stand people. So, that's the thing. I could give the hard drive a little bit of doubt, but if you just think about it, it's ultimately better the way it is. But the stand, you guys are it's just an embarrassment. But anyways, that's my whole stand on the thing. That's why I personally bought the PS5 Pro. And of course, we did address the whole stand and not stand thing. I personally don't care if it's included or not. I won't be putting my system vertically. It's going to stay horizontally. So there's my stand on that as far as the disk drive goes. I'll just buy one if I need one. Again, like I said, I only own a couple of games on the PS5 anyways that are discs, one in which is included in the PlayStation, subscription. So there's that. And as far as my PS4 games go, well, I still have my PS4, and again, my wife has a Slim, so I could simply just use her console for it. Like, there's just things out there. And worst comes to worst, I'll pay the $80 for the disc drive. Like, it's not a big deal. It shouldn't have ever been a big deal. So there's that. Now, there's one thing I do want to address, and this is something I'm actually very excited for because I've never done this, and I'm probably not even big enough to attempt it because, like I said, I'm just your average creator. I'm still a small creator, and I'm fine with that because, I'm just good with being me. But I do want to give away my PS5 to someone who doesn't have a PS5. I've never tried to do a giveaway or anything like that. I figured you'd had to be a really big time creator in order to attempt something like that, but we're gonna do it anyways. So I will be giving away my PS5 to someone who doesn't have a PS5. So, well, hopefully someone who doesn't have one. Obviously, there's no way for me to know, but those are my hopes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away my PS5. So if you would like to enter for your chance to win a PS5, what you need to do is simply, be a follower, well, subscriber, sorry. Leave a comment, comment what PlayStation 5 exclusive game are you most looking forward to playing? would be fantastic. For me, it was the Final Fantasy games, right? And then of course, share this video with someone you know that would be interested in, you know, a PS5 as well, or whatever. Just share the video. You know, seems to be what everyone does, you know. Follow, like, comment, share. So that's what we're gonna do. Do those things. Here at the end of the month, I'll pick a winner, and on October 1st, I'll contact whoever won, you know, from the drawing thing. I'm gonna figure out how to, you know, fairly set one of those up, and then you'll have, of course, till the PS5 Pro gets released, which I think is the 7th or whatnot, to respond and all that. And then of course we will get the PS5 shipped to you so that you can have yourself a PS5 and of course enjoy a PS5 exclusive game. So that is my hopes. I really hope this works out. I'd like to, you know, share a PlayStation with somebody who, you know, doesn't have one, because, you know, life is like that and things like that. Again, like I said, I'm very excited to do something like this. I've never done this before. I'm just putting myself out there. So, you know, hopefully this is a good experience, not just for me, but for somebody else out there who, you know, does not have a PlayStation. That is my hopes. I'd like to do more things like this in the future, you know, whatnot. I don't want to go on a huge ramble here, but anyways, that's where we're at. So as always, if you've enjoyed your journey thus far, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. But regardless of your decision, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time.